Hey guys, welcome to the Overtime Sports Show, the most interactive sports show where you can not only chime in and share your thoughts, but you can hit the like button and share it with your friends. I'm AV from Majic 102.1. And the homies, he's at home today. You at home. You in the home studio.
Man, I had a long day yesterday with that 713 day, man. That was a long, and plus the thunderstorm came, and not to mention that I forgot my laptop, so I had to make sure I was on this thing right. So I couldn't leave you hanging there, AV.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. 713 day was off the chain, and we talk Houston sports. You know, we do a great deal of that during the show. We also talk about what's happening nationally. So shout out to everybody who celebrated with us in 713 day yesterday. It was awesome as well. Representing H-Town, representing the H always, as we do. Man, the NBA playoffs.
Yes,
we got to get into it. Big shout out to Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Of course, our show, the Overtime Sports Show, is powered by Academy. But tonight it is game. You got your hat from them?
Yeah, I got this hat from Academy. So yeah.
I got my cooler under here. I should have put my cooler out here so you can see it. But I brought me a big old cooler from Academy. So whenever we have another outdoor event, I can kind of serve it up. It'll be sodas for you. I don't want you to get too excited.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
I don't want you to get too excited. Hey, appreciate you guys joining in with us today. But Game 4, it is here. Man, listen, Phoenix was rolling up 2-0. Then Giannis showed up yet again, 41 points in Game 3, and led Milwaukee to a victory. Do you feel like if Phoenix doesn't win this game, Game 4, this pivotal game, do you feel like Phoenix will be in trouble?
I actually thought that Milwaukee needed to win Game 3. That was a must-win. Game 3 was a must-win. They took care of business. But yeah, man, if Phoenix can get one more and go 3-1, because all they really wanted was a split, anyways.
Right.
They wanted to get a split. So they win the.
And I just feel like, listen, if they don't take care of this victory, Phoenix doesn't win at home, I just feel like for the most part, Milwaukee has been able, Ty, to come in and win these series. It's like they get down 2 games and then all of a sudden here they go. Milwaukee is back at it again. I know, homie, it's the weather, baby. I
have the Mexican Wi-Fi, so the Mexican Wi-Fi only works on clear days.
Yeah, it's the weather.
Wet or rain, Mexican Wi-Fi don't work.
Yeah, he's back again, like he never left, and that's what that Wi-Fi definitely.
What I was saying though was, yes, I thought Milwaukee was an absolute must to win Game 3.
Yeah,
I think if Milwaukee wins Game 4, back to your point, I don't think Phoenix needs to, panic because they still got home field advantage or home court advantage. Yeah. But if you go up 3-1, man, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure you know the stats, but I know it's the percentages are real high for them that they can win it all. They go 3-1.
It's over. Yeah, and my thing is, if Milwaukee wins this tonight, and the best 2 out of 3, if it goes to Game 7, I want Phoenix. I'm cheering for Phoenix, cheering for Chris Paul. But if it goes to Game 7, man, I think Milwaukee is going to do what they always done, and that's being able to bounce back and get the victory. So hopefully, like you said tonight, Phoenix can get the game tonight. I'm going to go and say Milwaukee's going to win tonight. I'm going to step out on the limb.
So too. I know Conti is talking about Game 7. I would actually love to see a Game 7. I think Game 7, those are the 2 best words in sports. Game
7, yeah. So, at least with everybody healthy and playing. I don't want a Game 7, like we had back in Houston when we had Chris Paul and he wasn't able to play. I want a Game 7 where everybody is able to play. Speaking of not able to play, was our boy Kawhi Leonard. We knew something was wrong with him in the playoff series, but we found out he just had surgery yesterday, had a partial AC tear. We knew that. We knew something was major going on with him because Leonard is not one just to sit on the sideline.
And I'm wondering why on ESPN, the little ticker was saying that LA kept that, they just kept saying it was a sprain. Nah. They could have known it was a torn ACL, but I guess it's just kind of playing them head game with the other team.
Yep. That's what it always is because we see it all the time, especially in football. You're going to keep saying, hey, man, is the possibility for him to come back. One, because of intimidation. I want to kind of keep that on your mind. Then I want you to try to game plan as if he's going to come back. So you have to basically create 2 game plans. One if he's not here, and then another one if he does come back. So I want to kind of divide your time into making you believe that he's coming back. But the only problem is, G-Man, with this technology, you can go back and watch the replays over and over and realize most doctors can look at you and tell, hey, that's a tear. He's got an AC tear. I know they're saying he might come back. He's not coming back.
Well, they were saying that Giannis wasn't going to come back, and
I know he didn't think so neither.
It's not the same as a torn ACL or a partial tear, but it looked bad when that leg. He looked, man. I thought he broke that leg, bro.
He said so too. Giannis was like, "Oh man, I'm out of here. I don't think I'll be able to come back." And I think with this, because it's a partial AC tear, so I think he'll be able to, to come back. If probably not the first half of the season, the second half of the NBA season, knowing Leonard, he'll rehab because guys are bouncing back from these injuries quicker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It ain't like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, when you had the medicine the way they do now, and they can just cut you up, laseroscopic, whatever they do, epidural, whatever they give you. I don't know what it is, but
give you a little of that juice. Give you a little of that juice and get you back. The young man at U of H that played on their team, remember he tore his ACL in the summertime. He was able to come back in a couple of games before the NCAA tournament. And it was like, whoa, this man has bounced back. And it's like, oh, okay. So they're able to do it. So it's like, hey, I believe he'll be back before that. Man, what's wrong with your USA basketball team? And they finally got a victory. Thank God.
They got a victory after losing one game, and then that was only their second loss out of 57-something games. And then they lose back-to-back to Nigeria and then to Australia. And you know what? They do got some heavy hitters on that team. They got Durant, they got Lillard, they got
Bradley Beal is on there. And it's like really, a reporter asked Pop, put him on the spot. He said, how does it feel to be the first coach to lose 2 back-to-back games like this? And of course, Pop chewed him out. Was like, hey man, you got to go back and check your stats for that. But we're not. And it's almost like we become spoiled, especially when it comes to the Olympics. We don't expect to lose. We feel like we got the best athletes in the world, even though the NBA now has become a global game. It's a global sport. So we got players from all over, but we just have this sense of entitlement.
Look at the Nigeria team. I mean, they had pretty much NBA players on there, a lot of them. And then your coach, Mike Brown. I mean, so and that USA, but they got some players on there. I think they're going to get
loaded
time the end of July come for the playoffs.
Like you said, if you got Durant, you have Durant. What's up, TC? If you got Durant, and then you got Damian Lillard on this team, you got 2 superstars right here who should be able to take over the game. But like you said as well, the Nigerian team is full of NBA athletes now. It's just not everybody in the NBA is from America. Like we said, we got athletes all across the world now. So the competition level has been raised.
If you go back to the 1992 Olympics when they first started, it was NBA players against no names.
No names.
But I think for the next 12 years, 18 years was no name. They were now you got these players from the NBA that want to represent their country. Now you got NBA players against NBA players. Now you got a game.
You remember the time when they used to bring 2 NCAA players to be a part of the Olympic team. So it was like, hey, we can take some college athletes and beat you guys. And like you said, now the playing field has been leveled. And I just hope when we get into the gold medal round, man, that we don't get here and we don't get embarrassed, bro.
Man, if we lose that, I
see,
I don't even know what to tell the world if we lose the game. I mean, if we don't win anything but gold, if we don't win anything other than gold, it's not a success. Oh shoot! I think AV got the Mexican Wi-Fi too at his house. Yeah, AV froze. There you go.
Yeah, I'm back. We back.
That look like he was in a casket, bro. You look like you were about to die.
I was looking at you. All I could see was your hat doing this. Listen, we're going to persevere through it today, man. We got all kind of stuff going on. Melody, appreciate that John 3:16 scripture today. Man, listen, the Rockets, I told you I wanted Cade Cunningham, and it almost appears because rumors have been spreading that Detroit is looking to kind of move out of their first pick. And the Rockets are in a position.
And number 2.
Trade talks is kind of heated up. We got the 23rd and the 24th pick. So the rumor has been we'll trade the 2nd pick, the 23rd pick, and we'll even have a trade where we'll get rid of Eric Gordon and get some more assets and we'll be able to trade with Detroit. Would you do it? You know I'd do it to get Cunningham.
EG's my boy, man. I hate to see EG go, man, but the way the team is constructed right now, man, we're in a big time rebuilding mode. I think EG deserves to go somewhere.
Yeah,
we had a chance to win a title. Although I mean, I'm just a little biased. You know, I love the dude, man. I love the way he balls. But you know what? That's not bad, man. Number one pick.
Yeah.
You go to get the dude from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, you get Cunningham. He can play. Cunningham can play the small forward position. You got Porter at the 2 guard. We still got John Walls, you know, as our point guard. And, of course, we got our big man in the middle. So it'll be a nice rebuilding piece for us. I think we can do a lot with it.
We can kind of be like the Phoenix Suns. You know, they just not that long ago, a couple years ago, they were where we at. Michael Gray, what's up, baby? He had a Rockets, man. We rocket to the death, man. You can see James Harden jersey up there. I can't get rid of it.
No.
Got to leave it. So
we can sell it, though. I can find some people. I'll find some people that want to buy it. Man, special thanks again to our sponsors, powered by Academy Sports and Outdoors. And have fun out there. And we got to shout out, you know, in H-Town, you and I, we're all about our high school sports. You know, I graduated from Worthing Senior High School. We didn't win a lot of state championships. That's a whole nother story. Yeah, you went to Millville. We beat y'all a lot of times in sports. You name, we whooped y'all. But we won't get into that. We got to give a shout out, G-Man, to the Woodlands, man.
Hey, you know what? They won their 8th UIL Lone Star Cup, which basically means they add up all the different sports, and they're like on a point base. They do it in college too, and they came out on top, man. When you talk about both boys and girls sports, when it comes out to soccer and football and baseball, they may not be number one in every sport, but they got enough points to be the top team in the state, man. So again, congratulations to Woodlands High School. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking to see Katie up there.
I thought
like North Shore.
Katie, I thought maybe one of the Sci-Fair teams would have been there. Woodlands, they kind of creeped up on me because I didn't see that coming. But you know, they got a great soccer team. They got volleyball. They got a lot of great sports over there, and they got some people that excel, man. So shout out to the Woodlands.
Woodlands, we get caught up.
The way Shaq said it, I live in Pearland.
Woodland. Yeah, you know, we get caught up in football and baseball. So when we look at football, we think of the powerhouse, like I said, with Katy or North Shore. We think of those schools. But when you think about overall production, volleyball, track, baseball, soccer, you know, football, all of that together, you know, you got to give your props, as you said, to Woodlands. So congratulations to Woodlands. Next year, hopefully the next couple of years, I'm looking to see Worthing on there because I know Millby High School would definitely not be on there.
Man, we were good back in the day.
When?
Tim Moore, we had Larry Hughes.
Never heard of him. Who?
Tim Moore, man. Come on, man. Timmy.
Yeah, like who? Who was there, man? Last night we got to give it up for the All-Star game. Did you enjoy the All-Star game?
I was at 713 there, Rise Rooftop. So when I got home last night around 1:30, they were showing the replay, and I kind of watched the replay of it. I saw Vlad Guerrero won the MVP. You know, American League won their 8th in a row.
Yeah, man. Which means home field advantage, of course, for the team in the league. So I like the way, you know, I'm a fan of the home run derby. I'm a fan of all of the future of this All-Star game, and I like how they do it. Now, how did you feel? You know, there was another rumor that came out today talking about our Astros. The reason why everybody backed out, Jose Correa backed out of it, Brantley, was because the players didn't want to deal with the criticism from the other players.
I thought about that when I was watching the home run derby. When you see all the players, and you know for a fact that the fans were going to boo. There's no doubt about it. They would have booed Altuve, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing a billboard. Well, somebody had a sign up. It said the ABCs of cheaters: Altuve, Bregman, Correa. I'm like, oh, come on, man. So they were going to get it no matter what. So I think they're going to get it next year. And what we got to do is we're going to go out, win the chip this year, and shut everybody up.
Shut everybody down. It was like the series with the Yankees. We lost the first 2 games, you know.
Oh, my God.
But listen, that 3rd game in the 9th inning where Altuve got that walk-off home run, I don't care about the 2 losses. That walk-off home run
That was
pissed off the Yankees.
Oh,
that,
yeah. It would have been better if Alvarez would have hit that 2-run home run to beat Garrett Cole in the 9th inning on Saturday. That would have been, and then you piggyback that with what happened on Sunday. Oh, that would have been a great day. But you know what? We took one after 2 out of 3 in New York, but the way we beat them at the end because they were talking all that stuff. I came in there and laid the smack on the boys.
Laid the smack down, and you got to give it up to Garrett Cole. He was willing and dealing, man. We couldn't touch him.
His last pitch was 127 pitches or something like that. 100 miles an hour, 99.
Yes, 127 pitches. Usually, you get 100 pitches from a starter, and they're out of there. He was so determined when the manager tried to take him out. He was like, "I'm not going out. No." But I'm feeling like this. We play them again, hopefully in the playoffs, if they make it, because they're on the edge, outside looking in. If they make it, I want to see Garrett Cole again. And we'll have Correa, because you got to remember, this series, we didn't have Correa and we didn't have Bregman. And I think the Astros, with all this booing and all of these signs, like you said, the ABC of cheating, with all of this, it's motivating us to play even better this year. And as we get to the trade deadline, I'm looking for us to make a trade on a closer. So hopefully we'll be able to make some changes. So go Astros, man. I got to give a shout out to, of course, to the MLB. They committed $100 million to help increase blacks in playing baseball. So they're gonna give $100 million over the next 10 years to inner city places. Because, you know, like we discussed a couple of weeks ago, you would go to some of these communities where you and I grew up in, man, and the baseball fields would be empty.
Man, we didn't have a home run fence.
No.
You hit the concession stand, you made it around the base, you hit a home run. That's what we had. We had no fence. We didn't have no scoreboard, nothing. No park, baby.
Yeah, just a little cage behind us. And it was like, if you want to go out there, we were playing football in the baseball field because we didn't really understand. I wish we would have known about those guaranteed contracts back in the days and how much that really was worth. You know, like Carl Crawford making all that money playing in the league. I wish we would have really understood how much money you could have played in baseball, man, and we could have got out there and played some baseball instead of tearing our bodies up playing football, and all this other stuff.
I did hit one home run in Little League inside the park, and then I hit one in softball over the fence. I had 2 home runs in my lifetime, one over the fence, and one I had to run my ass off to get around the bases to get home. Yeah.
Did you get a participation trophy?
Man, back then I remember telling the guy, I said, "Man, I hit a homer." He said, "You want a cookie?"
That's it.
The kids were mean back in the day, bro. I was all crying. I came home, I was crying in the dugout because I hit a home run. I was 10 years old crying because I hit a home run.
Yeah, get back in the dugout. We don't worry about you hitting no home run. Man, what do you think about Stephen A. Smith? He had to apologize for what he said about Ohtani. Real insensitive and saying, I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying.
See that? I think that's where I think he went a little too far and used his power. I mean, you got to think about it. You do not think that the Asian community or just anybody who's for equality is not going to sit there and say that's kind of racist, there, bro.
Right.
That's kind of insensitive, dude. You saying that? I mean, if he was talking about a Mexican pitcher or whatever and saying, well, he needs a Mexican interpreter because he can't speak English. He needs back. I would have taken that as I mean,
you can't say that. And as a black man, when he came back and apologized, he realized we deal with racism all of the time. So the worst thing you could do is that reverse racism, and you're putting that on somebody else. You're saying this is a deficit that this man has right now. Not saying that he's not learning to speak English or to grow and to develop. Yeah.
He could have flipped and said, you know what? For this man to come to a totally different country, no one word of English, the culture, he's probably shell-shocked, and to do what he's doing, pitching and batting, we should be commending him, not bringing him down. He can't speak English.
Yeah, and you got to be careful because you get to a point and because they say, you got a big mouth anyway. Yeah, that's him. And that's what happens, man, I love Stephen A. Smith. I understand the stick. You and I understand that because we're in broadcast and we know certain things you do when you kind of find your lane, you try to run with it. But here's the problem. When your mouth is just like a running faucet, you're usually going to say something that's going to come back to bite you. because you're not thinking in that moment. You're just talking off the top of your head, and then you realize,
once it came out of his lips, it was loud. It was too late. And then for him to come back on IG and Twitter and to apologize, and he didn't mean it that way. And he thinks he's this. You can't backstep like that. And he doesn't not like. That's one thing I really like about Stephen A. Smith. He don't like the Cowboys.
Yeah, and that's why I love him.
Yeah, me too.
Because every year we celebrate the Cowboys lose. How about them Cowgirls? We celebrate them losing. It's a beautiful thing, man. Right before we get out of here, thanks again to our sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. You got to get out there and have some fun. Have fun out there. Get out and get you a cooler. Get a bicycle.
A new inner tube, because we're gonna go float the river here. So they said
Academy
over there at Academy. They have right on the back of the they got a little thing, man. So if you head out to the river, New Braunfels, Kamal River, Guadalupe, stop by Academy, pick up them inner tubes, man, and you save you some money.
Yep. And if you're like me, I'm back in the gym trying to get this weight off of me. I'm not used to being this heavy. And, they got all kind of knee pads and, they got stuff for your shin, man. They got stuff for your elbows and all of that, the good stuff. So you can go in there and get what you need to get your workout on, or at least look like you're working out. I'm buying my shorts, my workout shirts, everything from Academy. So in order for you to have fun out there, you got to go by and support those who support us. So special thanks to Academy Sports and Outdoors. I got one question for you before we get out of here, G-Man.
Okay.
Is Conor's career over with?
I don't want to say it's over with, man, but when you've lost 3 of your last 5 fights, I think it was something like that. He's, he
looked defeated, man. He looked defeated.
He was talking, I get it, you walk in like this. But come on, man. Now I can understand if Floyd did something like that, Floyd Mayweather, because he ain't lost.
Yeah.
You done lost 2, 3 of your last 5 fights. You got knocked out twice. I don't want to say his career is over because he's a money maker. He's made enough money. He can retire now. His kids will retire and his grandkids can retire.
Yeah.
I think if the fighter in him is going to want to come back and fight again, I think they need to do the 4th fight again with Poirier. They can do one more time. I think they can run it back. But if he loses again, I just can't see him being just a big draw. I'm sure that Irish people love he has a big following. But I just don't know if he's going to be that big draw. You got to think about it. We got our man Derek Lewis from H-Town going to be fighting here at the Toyota Center.
Yeah.
In the UFC. He's going to be the main eventer that night, along with Amanda Nunes. But to your point, though, if Derek Lewis loses, there's not going to be no interest in him anymore.
Right.
So if he's going to keep losing, I don't see what the interest would be in him. If he's going to fight maybe somebody like a Jake Paul or somebody like that, maybe.
The Paul brothers are at it again. Yeah, I don't want to. If Conor's going to look like he looked on our picture, it's like, hey, man, you got to get to the point to realize, like you said, I've made enough money in this business. It may be time to lay it down before they lay him down one more time. And he's looking like it's all but said and done. Listen, man, this has been fun. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us each and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Continue to spread the word for us. Thank you for your comments, sharing with us today. Be sure to like, as I said, and share the Overtime Sports Show powered by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Make sure you have fun out there. G-Man, as always, tell them how they can keep up with you. You got to do the Conor dance today.
Yeah, the Conor dance. Make sure you hit me up, G-Man 979.
Yes, sir. They get it, man. Long as you don't fall down on the floor, don't fall out. The dog is taking you out.
My dog, but G-Man 979 on everything: IG, Snapchat, Twitter. And thanks to everybody who came out of 713 Day yesterday. Houston, man. Also at Rise Rooftop, man. Lil Kiki, Slim Thug, Zero, Big Pokey. It was just an amazing night. I was supposed to leave kind of early. I ended up leaving at 1 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah. I saw him in there getting it, man.
Yeah, I had to stay and see my boys, man. So it was definitely a show. Can't wait for next year's, man. But anyway, thank y'all so much.
Hey, follow you there. Yeah, follow me. Faith and Fame with AV all across the platform and Magic 102.1. Thank you guys for your support of both of our stations. We appreciate you. Don't forget about Praise 92.1 as well. We're the leaders in Houston. Follow us.
And don't forget, I'm wearing my Muhammad Ali shirt.
Yes, I like that.
Charlo is fighting this Saturday in San Antonio. Jamel's fighting Brian Castano. And if Charlo wins this one, he has all the 4 belts. So he's the only undisputed super welterweight champion. So man, shout out to Charlo. Man. San Antonio. Regular showtime this coming Saturday night.
Do that thing one more time, man. Do that part. Y'all have a good evening. We out of here. Like
swinging and banging.
Banging and banging. 713. Peace.